Hey, welcome back. I was thinking, I really like Hades. I just started playing it. I don't know if I can play that here, but I was thinking about it. I think it's too hard. Like, it takes too much of your brain to do it, but this game is like kind of a mindless thing. It can be, if you play it enough. I played it a bunch. Yeah, I usually rent games, but this was when I just bought it, because it's like you can keep playing it whenever you're bored, and it's fun. You just roll stuff up. And get these socks and that. How big do I have to get? Oh, I'm almost there. It's easy. Oh, I did it. So, I talked about yesterday leaving the job. I don't know if I really have anything more to say about it. I feel like I should, because it's a big deal. This is the longest I've ever worked anywhere. Or been. Like, I mean, when I was in high school, I was in high school for 4 years, obviously. And when I was in college, I was in college for 4 years. This was 6 years of my life. Should I just talk about the experience of the job? It was customer service, which I didn't really like, and it wasn't great, but the people there, they like really, when I left, they were really appreciative, like, oh, you did a good job. Maybe they just say that to everybody, I don't know. I don't know, I guess just being quiet and just doing your job just goes a long way with people. They're like, when you go to work, just like do your work. That's what I did. It's a benefit of social anxiety for sure, that like when I'm at work, I don't want to talk to people, so I'm like, oh, I'll just work then. Like, so I keep myself busy so people don't come up to me and start talking to me, because like, oh, I'm busy with work, so you can't talk to me. But I was nice. I mean, whenever somebody did try to talk to me, I would try to talk back. I was just never good at it. Like, I would listen to people. I wouldn't be like on the computer while someone was talking to me. If they started talking to me, I would just listen and stop working. But yeah, so I went to dinner with the owners, because they're like family friends. And they were like, oh, we'll take you to dinner with your parents and say goodbye, because I'm moving away and it's sad. So we went to dinner together. And the owner said something to me like, oh, when you first started working here, you were really shy. And he didn't say anything after that, but obviously it's implied like, okay, well, then after a couple years you got less shy. I don't know. Hopefully that's what he was meaning to say, but he didn't say it, but I hope that's true. I don't mind being shy, but when it's noticeable like that, it's just embarrassing. Like, oh, especially if you're a dude and like you're in a business and it's like, oh, you're shy. I don't know. It's just like you're not supposed to be like that. I know it's not true, but it's just embarrassing for someone to notice. Like, oh, you were so shy and quiet. It's embarrassing. How's my Katamari doing? It can get much bigger. Doobie. I want the books. Give me the books. Oh. Can I get this in our box? Oh. So it was really nice of them, the owners. I don't know. I kept having this feeling like, oh, leaving is bad, and they're not gonna like me for that, and it's gonna be awkward and weird, and it's gonna be. This is the feeling that I had last year. Like, oh, leaving's gonna be really stressful. They're not gonna want you to leave, or they're gonna. It's gonna be weird. But I guess just the way I did it, and I gave them a lot of notice. They were just so nice to me. Every time I talked to them after I told them that I was leaving, they were just like so nice to me. And then we went to dinner, and every time, like, they told my parents, like, oh, he was such a good worker or whatever. I don't know. I'm a little self-conscious about talking about this. I just got a feeling like, oh, it's bragging a little bit. I don't know. I'm not bragging. It's just it's just nice. Like, I have to say that it's nice, because I never say when things aren't nice. I'm always complaining about stuff, but, like, that was nice, and it was a good thing. I left this job in a good way. That doesn't happen a lot of times with people, I feel like. They just kind of, like, well, obviously they get fired, or I guess when you retire, sometimes it's nice. They throw a party or whatever. But even then, sometimes people are like, oh, we're glad you're retiring, because, like, you sucked, and we didn't want to tell you. I didn't get that. I mean, they could have been doing that, but I got the impression that they really did like me, which is nice. For some reason, I didn't feel that until I was leaving. So, I don't know. It's a thing to keep in mind, like, if you like people, tell them, because they don't know. They might not know. I didn't know that these people really liked me that much. So yeah, I try to tell my parents as much as I can, like, thanks for helping me. Like, I sent them a text. I've sent them a couple texts, like, oh, thanks for supporting me, and thanks for helping me with the job, and with moving and everything. I couldn't have done it without you, or whatever. I feel like I just constantly need to be saying that to them, because, like, it's true, and I want them to know before they die. They won't die. They'll never die. Oh. I had some left... Can you hear that? I had some leftovers from dinner yesterday, and the chicken franchise, it was good. We went to an Italian restaurant, and they give you these huge portions. It was not too expensive. It was $15 or something but they give you 2 chickens and, like, this linguine with this huge... So you get leftovers. And I had a piece of chicken. And it's kind of like, oh, it was sitting for a while, so maybe it's not the best. It's hurting my stomach. That sauce is, like, maybe the franchise sauce. It's a butter sauce. I'm not doing very good. So yeah, we went to dinner, and that was good, and very nice of them to do that for me. It's just so nice. Everything is nice, and it's good. You have to just have to appreciate the nice things like that. Alright, here we go. It's a new job, and it's going to be stressful. So it feels a little bit like the first day of school, kind of. Which I haven't experienced that feeling since I was in college. And even the last couple years I was in college, I didn't really experience this. I remember the first day of college. You get that feeling like, oh, this is like... I know it's never really a good feeling for me. I know for some people they get excited, but I'm like, oh... Especially Rutgers, I was nervous because it was this huge campus, and I'm going to get lost, and I don't have any friends, and I don't know where to go. And it didn't go well. So, I'm hoping now that I'm older I can handle the first day of school stuff. Like, I have to do this orientation on Monday. God. It's like 4 days away. I'm starting this new job. It's crazy. and it's gonna be like a first day of school thing. We're doing a FaceTime call with these 15 other people who are starting for the first day. And I read the orientations like, okay, the first part of it is to go meet and greet or whatever, and you have to say, I'm sure they do the thing where it's like, alright, everybody go around and say one thing funny, like what's your favorite ice cream or whatever. What's something interesting about you that nobody knows? Everybody hates that stuff. I hate it. I haven't had to do one in a while. I don't know, what should my thing be? Like, what does somebody know about me? I'm boring, I don't know. I'm from New Jersey. Is that an interesting thing? No. Because I'll be working in New York. I guess I would say that. Yeah, that's a fine thing to say. Like, I lived my entire life in New Jersey, and I just moved here 3 days ago. That's pretty interesting, right? I guess if they ask something like that, I could say that. And I'm scared. I don't know. I don't really feel... The older you get, I feel like the less scared you get, because it's like, what's going to happen? Am I going to die? Even if I do die, who cares? Then I'll be dead, and I won't have to worry about anything, so... Worst thing that happens is I get true crimed. I don't really have to worry about that, because I'm a dude. That's more of a not dude thing. But I've been listening to a lot of true crime lately for some reason. That's terrifying. Someone's gonna murder me. I gotta stop. There's just too much murder. He's gotta stop. You can't listen to it that much. This game is perfect. I love this game. It's so perfect for this. If I could just play this game for the rest of time, I would. Oh, I love this game. I need to play more games like this. It's so perfect. I knew it would be good when I was playing it. Paper Mario, not super great, but this is awesome. Oh, I got the freaking water bottle. They were talking when I went to dinner. The owners are really political, and they're very conservative. I do like that they feel comfortable talking about that stuff with me. I don't know. I guess that they don't know. And I don't even know, obviously. I don't know what my politics are, but it's nice that people, like I mentioned before, my family feels comfortable talking about stuff like that around me, because they feel like I'm one of them, like I'm not an antagonist to them. They can be comfortable around me and maybe say some politically incorrect things, and they know I'm not going to be like, you're not allowed to say that, because I don't want to be that person. But sometimes you get a feeling in your gut when they say something like, I don't know, he was talking about how Mike Lindell was doing this thing with, the pillow guy was doing this thing where he's like, he got statisticians to prove that Trump won the election. I don't know, it's so weird that you can believe something like that, and like, where's he getting that from? All the news sources that I've ever read. I don't read the news that much, but like, and it's just basically AP and NPR are saying like, well, the election was secure. And so you think, oh, if Mike Lindell really found something, AP would report it. Why wouldn't they? They care about the story. Imagine if Biden stole the election and the AP broke it. That would be the biggest story. They don't care that he's a Democrat, right? AP doesn't. I mean, CNN does, probably. But AP wouldn't care. If Mike Lindell came to him with this scoop that he stole the election and we got these statisticians to prove it, they'd be like, oh, okay. And maybe he did that, and I looked into it, and it wasn't really... It was like me. Like, oh, like someone with as much statistics experience as me. And they looked into it, and they're like, oh, I think you won. But it's amazing that someone can like, I don't know. If the AP said something, I would believe it. So, like, whoever said this, he trusts them as much as I trust the AP. So I was like, yeah, I don't care that the AP's not saying it because this is my AP. Fox News is my AP. So if they're saying it, then it's real. But I read the AP articles about the election, and I'm like, yeah, it was secure. There's no evidence of massive fraud anywhere. It was audited a bunch of times. Nobody found anything that would sway, like, hundreds of voters, let alone thousands or hundreds of thousands. When you take millions of votes, obviously there might be some weird stuff going on, but not hundreds of thousands. That would be obvious. I guess that's it for today. That was a weird day. What was I talking about? The dinner. I didn't really want to. Those people are so nice. I guess I kind of want to talk about that. Like, just like, who cares about the politics? They talk a lot. They talk too much about politics, but they're still such, like, really good people, even though they are kind of warped into the conspiracy stuff sometimes. And my parents are good too. Like, they're conservative people, but they're better. They don't talk. They're not political people. They're just like, conservative means you're not going to pay taxes, so we don't want to pay taxes, so we vote for conservative people. That's it. And they don't feel bad about it, which is good. That's what happens is, like, you vote conservative and then people are like, oh, you're racist for being a conservative, and then you want to be even more conservative because you're like, I'm not racist. My parents aren't like that. They don't want to double down, and they're secure. They know they're not racist, so they don't feel like when people are saying conservatives are racist, they're talking about them, because they're like, well, they're talking about other conservatives, not me, because I'm not racist. Anyway, yeah, that's it, and see you tomorrow. Dinch.